I don't listen to a lot of the songs that were really popular because I've heard them so many times. And then I'm like, oh yeah, fuck, that was great.
And then you understand why it was so popular.
Yeah.
You know?
But you avoid, when you like a band, you avoid a lot of their hits just because they're the ones that you hear.
I just downloaded a great song.
What song?
Signs, everywhere's a sign. Don't do that. Can't you read the sign?
I can read the sign. It says idiot crossing.
Okay. You heard that song by the
No, I've never heard that.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite. I have a question.
Which version, though? Tesla did a version of it?
No, the electric.
The five-man electrical band or something like that?
No, not from Little Rascal.
Who did this originally? I know this shit. Fuck, just hit
Fruit Gun Company. Fruit.
No, they didn't do that. Five-man electrical band, right?
Play some of it.
That's what I said.
This is what?
This is
what I'm saying.
Very good.
It feels like I'm on the road walking into a radio station and like one of these. I can't imagine how they do it. Play music,
right?
And then they get to talk for 3 fucking minutes,
right? And
then they play more music.
Yeah, I was ready to quit radio. I was that guy. I'm like, this is stupid. I said, this is stupid. So I just started talking, and I had a PD at the time that was like cheating on his wife with someone at the radio station. So he wasn't paying attention to me, and I knew that. So I'm like, oh fuck. I know he's cheating on his wife, so if he fucking doesn't let me do what I'm doing, I'm going to fucking tell on him. I wouldn't be a rat, but I mean, but he didn't care. He was too busy doing his thing. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to start talking. Let's see if I can make something here. Because I was done introing songs. Who cares? Gives a fuck you're on the radio.
I know,
Who cares?
It's horrible. You know what? Like when you went to this, I'm supposed to go back to sleep apnea on Monday.
The sleep apnea is not a location.
Wait, you're supposed to go back to sleep apnea?
Have you gone for one test or no?
Well, I didn't go for the insurance company would not let me do the overnight stay. So
what
I could do it
fucking
home.
scumbags?
Well, they said I had they would put $500 into it.
Wait, so you're trying to get a sleep study, but your insurance company won't let you sleep the night.
Pieces of shit.
That is the dumbest thing ever.
At the sleep center.
They're wrong. That's the only way to do it. You can't.
So what? You're allowed to go there for what?
At home, they'll give you a test you can take. Well, here's the thing.
I'll tell you what happens. Let me explain to you. What happens at home is this.
Yeah.
There's a test. You cannot get your what they call titrated at home. You don't have the machinery. They can give you a little helmet weird thing to wear when you sleep one night, and that will tell them if you have it. Or indicate if you have it. I'll bet if you go through that step and they say, yes, he has it, then you'll probably can do an overnight study. They might not let you do that until they have proof that you have apnea.
Well, here's on this Fitbit. Do you know what this is?
It's like a little thing. It looks like one of those like a Samsung watches.
Yeah. Okay, this counts your calories, how many steps you take a day, and your sleep patterns.
Oh, it does it does sleep patterns.
Okay, so I'm freaking out because my sleep patterns, I'll look it up and say, the other night I slept 7 hours. But I hope Dr. Steve is listening, who was one of our first counselors on the podcast. My sleep patterns will say, slept
Dumb?
7. Huh?
Nothing.
Dumb?
No, I was listening to you. Go ahead.
Say, slept 7 hours. Restless, 24 minutes, 6 times, 8 times. So does that mean the restless part...
You're moving around, yeah.
It means you can't breathe, you're snoring.
Or you're tossing and turning. It doesn't always mean that. Right. But I've slept with you. You're... I mean, you know what I'm saying. I didn't mean like that.
Why were you going to tell them now?
But
I've slept with you too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you sleep with your mouth wide open.
Yeah, exactly.
And
because I never know what cousin's coming in.
And Jimmy's impression of your snore was perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, but the restless.
It's very violent. You're snoring.
But as snoring is your vocal cord, whatever you breathe through, collapsing.
Your lungs you breathe through.
But no, through in your neck though.
Yeah, your palate.
Your windpipe.
Yeah, collapses. Your throat collapses. And your tongue rolls back into your mouth.
Wow.
So
really?
what I'm asking you,
happens to me.
What I'm asking you is, because you might know this from going there, wouldn't this tests from the Fitbit or my results from the Fitbit be enough to tell them?
No, not the insurance company. Because the insurance company, it's probably a few grand for the overnight test.
Yeah, it is.
So the insurance company says, we're not listening to Fitbit. We want to get a test that's been tried and true. I had to do the same thing before they'd approve me for an overnight study. And it's a weird little thing you wear. It doesn't say what kind of apnea you have. It doesn't say what you need to get for the machine. You put it in, those little things that they put in an old person's nose, right under the nose to force oxygen up?
Sure. Yeah.
Those little things are right there. So it senses when you're not breathing, and it will tell them that you have apnea. So you wait a couple weeks after that, you'll go in for a sleep study, and you definitely have it. So.
No, question number 2 now. There's 2 things you can get, a mask or the things you put in your nose to help you breathe.
That's a mask too. I know what you're saying. There's also a mouth guard, which you might be able to do. If it's just your throat, could I use a mouth guard? Because the mask for me is an impossibility. And I'm still tired all the time, but the mask is really hard. So the throat thing, jaw thing pushes your jaw forward a little bit, it gives you more room in your neck. So your tongue going back doesn't necessarily strangle you.
But you can't do the nose where the oxygen will go through your nose.
Well, it's not oxygen; it's air.
It's just air. Okay. Question. Say the sleep center and can I just buy one of those machines myself?
Yes, but you won't know how to titrate. A, they're expensive. They're really expensive. And B, the titrating it is, they have to get your breathing patterns down. And what they do is while you're asleep with the mask, you got covered in wires.
Yeah. Which makes it so hard to sleep.
It's impossible.
So how are you getting an accurate
Rich
sleep
will be able to sleep though. I'm a bad sleeper. I had to take a half an Ambien.
On your back, right?
Yeah. Because I'm a bad sleeper. I had to take one to get the
but if
results.
you're taking something to go to sleep, won't that throw off the test results?
No, because it doesn't. Your breathing is the same, so you still can't breathe. So you get all these wires on you. They hook you up with your mask, and then what will happen is, as you start snoring in another room, they're hooked up to your machine.
Yeah.
They begin what they call titration, which is getting the levels right to force the air in, and then they level you out where you're actually breathing through the night, and whatever those settings are, that's what goes on your machine.
I pay $20,000 a year in health insurance.
Wow.
For me,
really?
Bonnie and Raina. $20,000 fucking dollars, and they'll give $500 towards the overnight stay.
But maybe if you go for the test and it shows you have it, they'll pay it. I don't know, but that's disgusting if they won't.
They'll only give $500. I don't want to say the insurance company.
But wait, they'll only give $500 if you need.
No, right now, the sleep centers sent them a proposal or whatever. Can he sleep over? Can he do it at home? They said, yes, you can sleep over, but we'll only give $500 towards the overnight stay.
That's ridiculous.
Doing it at home, what they'll do is they'll say you have it at home, and then maybe they'll approve an overnight study.
But they approved it, but they said only give $500. Do you think they'll approve it for the full amount?
They might approve it for the full amount if the results come in and you do have it, and you do need the overnight in the place.
Okay, and so you're saying, you can't get this machine because you don't know what to put in. Is there some kind of a solution you put in the machine or something?
No. It's settings that you put in, and that can only be done in the sleep center. Believe me, no one tried to work around this system more than I do. Because I can't sleep, and it's distilled water. That's all you put into it is some distilled water. So it helps you, you don't even need it, but it helps make the air a little moisture that you're breathing in.
So I bet you if I bought the fucking machine, the guy at the sleep center would show me how to work it.
Doesn't work that way. No. He can't show you how to work it. He cannot show you how to work it. They need to get a couple of hours of sleep with you while you have a mask on, and they can get your breathing. Because there's a bunch of different settings. So if you set it wrong, it's not going to help you. It's not going to help. Because what happens is it ramps up as you're sleeping. You're getting worse and worse, and it will start to really. But you'll learn how to sleep with it because you're a good sleeper. I can't. It's giving me anxiety looking at this Fitbit going. He's sleeping.
Everything gives you anxiety.
Yeah, but not like this. You're thinking, okay, because last night I was home alone, and so I locked my door to my bedroom in case someone broke in, and then I was going to wedge a chair up. Into the door.
Why?
In case somebody breaks in.
You have nothing they want.
That's true.
But then I thought, well, what if I wedge the chair under the doorknob? What if I die in my sleep? Then it'll be hard for them to get it. You know what I mean?
They'll get in. They'll figure it out. They'll go through the window or something.
I was going to leave the window open, and I brought my car keys up in case somebody broke in, that I would have to hop over the balcony and hop in my car.
You really think this stuff? Oh, wow. Really?
Somebody was raped repeatedly as a boy.
In the middle of the night.
Repeatedly.
I guarantee I wasn't raped.
Yeah, well, maybe you allowed it.
I know, I guarantee.
You probably couldn't sleep and your dumb little mouth was open and somebody came in and straddled your face and treated your little mouth like a pocket vagina.
Listen, I only wish. But no, never anything happened. It just, when we were kids.
You really propped the door?
I didn't do it. I was going
to. With a chair?
I was going to. I was scared that I would die in my sleep because of my breathing.
But if you're dead in your sleep, who cares? They'll find you eventually. You're in no hurry to be found at that point.
Yeah, you don't want to start stinking up the house.
Or not, you don't mind in comedy clubs.
The guy that...
It doesn't matter. They're going to move anyway.
The guy that used to live upstairs from me, Dead Ed, when I lived at my grandparents' house,
right.
My grandparents owned the house.
Right.
We lived for free on the second floor.
Right.
And he was on the third floor. And Ed, his car was out there, but Ed was nowhere to be found. And he died. He put a hefty bag over himself and masturbated and passed out.
Oh, so he fucked up.
And they found him like 4 days later. You know, I mean, it's got to be good for the funeral home that they could just grab the bag and you know what I mean? But
and drag it out of there.
But he was upstairs.
Did you start smelling it?
Well, we didn't, but once they opened the door,
oh God,
it started stinking.
What?
Because my friend worked at the funeral home. So these people, like,
is the orgasm that much better when you cut off the oxygen? I can't imagine doing that to anyone or having it done to myself. I can't imagine that. Go ahead, Jimmy. Sorry.
No, I was just saying it's supposed to be pretty good.
Way better that you're risking.
Yeah, what's better? What's better?
I don't know. There's something about the.
I think the orgasm itself is pretty kick-ass.
It's all right.
I don't think you need to really spice it up.
I hate the
actual orgasm.
I hate mine because last night I was home alone, so I fucking spanked it, and it's sad that when you're jerking off and you come quick, because then you feel guilty towards yourself. I'm going, geez, I couldn't even last when I was jerking off. You know what I mean?
Are you working on a bit right now?
No, I'm telling you the truth.
Smash you with a rolled up newspaper.
I swear to God, I'm telling you the truth. No, I don't do jerking off material. Okay, what the fuck?
Does it blurk out?
No, it's just fucking
horrible.
You
got a nice shot still?
I'm telling you, I could feel it come out this time.
You usually can't feel it come out.
It's just horrible. But
it's out like a mudslide.
It's just fucking. Yesterday was a boom boom.
Yeah.
You know. No, that was a fucking dumb bit.
That is weird that you're worried that someone's going to break into your house.
Don't you get that worry?
Yeah, but I live in a fucking mansion.
Well, yeah, but they're not going to fucking.
I'm not just fucking with you.
But
everyone worries about someone breaking in.
When I grew up as a kid.
But you got to take precautions.
When I grew up as a kid,
and I don't think your precautions of propping wedging your door with a chair is the proper precautions.
Well, I mean, I didn't do it. I just locked my bedroom door.
That's why you're not sleeping.
No, I'm not.
You can't relax. You got anxiety. You think people are going to break in.
Well, when I was a kid growing up, we used to.
You were repeatedly mouth fucked.
I was not.
Yes, you were.
No, I wasn't. Not as a kid. We used to, me and my brother, he's dead, our bedroom was right on a walk-around porch. Like, it was, a big walk-around porch.
I know what a walk-around porch is.
And the windows, so I was always frightened that somebody would come on the porch and just open the window and fucking, you know what I mean? Right. So I grew up
Who had access to the porch? Who had access to that porch?
Anybody could walk up steps.
I don't know if it's fair enough, but I am going to defend myself a little bit. Fair enough. But what floor were you on?
The first floor.
Oh, you're on the first floor. All right. I thought if you're a little higher, that maybe... No, forget it. I should just take my beating.
Walk up steps. That's a lot of people.
That is a lot of people.
There's very few people who aren't a threat.
Only people in wheelchairs, but everyone else was a threat to you.
I don't know. I just sleep fucking. It's bullshit because you hear these stories. All I want to do is get a good night's sleep. Yesterday, I slept. The night before yesterday, I slept 7 hours. and I was exhausted all fucking day. How could you be fucking tired after sleeping 7 hours? You know what I mean? That means you're not sleeping well. All I want to do is get a fucking machine and sleep well.
Yeah, man, I have the machine that's right for me, and I believe it's on the proper settings, but it's just been too difficult to get used to.
Right.
But there's different masks too, like, because your nose is always stuffy like mine.
Yeah.
So they have the mask that goes over the top of the nose and around the mouth. You'll find what you need.
Well, see, I breathe through my mouth. What do you breathe through? Your mouth or nose?
Both. I prefer to breathe through my nose, even though it's hard.
But when I get that thing, if I do get it,
Nose
I
pillow.
automatically breathe through my nose, right?
No.
It'll push.
No, it doesn't work that way. The nose pillows you're talking about are these two little things that they go into your nose and they force the air in through your sinuses back down your throat. A couple of things can happen. If you're stuffed, it won't work. You have to get the one that goes over your nose and mouth.
That's
Wow.
gotta be a fucking pain.
Yeah, but you'll get used to it. I'm telling
It's
you.
a tough way to sleep.
It's a horrible way to sleep.
You're sleeping like fucking Hannibal, whatever. You know.
Burris?
No, in fucking
Lecter.
Silent, yeah.
What movie?
Silence of the Lamb. Hannibal Lecter.
They have mouth ones too, which cause you to drool, which could be a problem. But they do.
Then I'll drown.
There is a mouth one. It's like a tube that goes in and it goes around your lips, and you can use it to breathe through your mouth. You just make sure the air doesn't shoot out through your nose and fuck you up.
Right.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're shooting, like the mask that covers everything,
Yeah.
it builds up a pressure, so it forces the air in. But if you just have a mouth tube in, and it can fill your lungs, but sometimes it can go out and start shooting out your nose, and it's no good.
What will happen?
Nothing. You just won't get the proper effect.
It affects. The
could
phones
happen?
are lit. Everyone is dealing with the same issue.
Oh.
I can't sleep. It's driving me crazy because I've done all the proper steps and I still can't get used to it.
I just have decided 5 or 6 hours is good enough.
Yeah,
and then I get about 2
6
hours.
hours would be good for me if
And then I get
slept.
2 hours of just rolling around shit.
6 hours would be good if I had 6 hours of complete REM.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah, I
I
don't
gotta
get-
stress less. Gotta relax. Get rid of some of that anxiety.
It won't help with
Slow
apnea,
down,
though.
Slow down your brain. Yeah, if you have the sleep apnea, that's a different story. But I wonder if some of that has to do with your anxiety, because we all know you have some anxiety.
I get a little
bit. Has apnea, the way you're sleeping, has nothing to do with it. Norton, I'm going for a fitting today for a sleep apnea mask. Should I get the nose covering or the nose and mouth covering?
That's totally a comfort issue. Believe this stuff, the nose pillows they call them.
Yeah.
I tried them, and of course, A, I'm stuffy all the time, and then B, fucking weak-chinned bird face. Like, as the air is getting more intense, it's just going, and my mouth opens and air shoots out my mouth.
and come.
So I had to buy a chin strap. I talked about it in my special, but I have a chin strap,
Right.
which is supposed to keep your mouth closed, so it forms a seal.
That just makes it harder to sleep.
Impossible.
I think, we've talked about sleep apnea a lot on our show over the last few years, and I just feel like they don't have it figured out yet.
They don't. You're right.
I just feel, because I've heard you on the way home many a times, trading out masks, trying something new, going to this new sleep apnea guy, going here for a new test, trying that. It sounds like they just don't have it.
But it's like alcoholism. It affects everybody around you.
Yeah,
The
but
snoring.
also other people it changes your life if you do it right. Here's what happens to me. I can't fall asleep because it's discomfort and I itch and I take it off and I scratch and I get claustrophobic. Or if I do occasionally fall asleep, I'll wake up coughing horribly because sometimes it dries your throat.
Oh,
so it's like, because it's like you have just
Yeah, you
air
gotta get
blowing
some
in your
moisture
throat.
in there, right.
Or I'll take one wrong breath and start gasping under the mask. So it's just a fucking nightmare.
This guy does sleep apnea surgery, and he could give you a suggestion or some help. It's Baker in Baton Rouge.
Probably throat stuff. They
Baker.
scar your throat.
Go ahead.
Hey, morning.
Good
Hi, buddy.
How you
morning.
guys doing?
All right.
Hey, Jim, you're giving Rich good advice. You need to go get this checked, and surgery's the last thing you want to do. But you're letting your insurance company dictate what you do. Just go get the study. You've got enough money to go get a study. Come out of pocket and get the study. But this stuff is serious. And Opie, there is a cure for it. But you've got to use the CPAP machine, like Jim is saying, and you've got to get checked and treated. It's a serious entity, and Dr. Steve will tell you. I went to school with Dr. Steve, by the way, eons ago. But there is a cure, but you've got to go get checked. It'll kill you. It's a slow death, and you don't sleep well, and you're miserable. But there is a cure for it.
And it's heart attack and stroke risks, because I wake up my heart beating fast all the time because you're not breathing, so your brain fires adrenaline to wake you up, and that makes your heart.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're beating your heart up. I mean, just all night long. It's called pulmonary hypertension. You're stressing your heart out. You're stressing your brain out. You're not getting deep REM sleep, and subsequently you're waking up and having a shitty day.
Yeah.
And so if you can wear your CPAP machine all night, you're good. But you may benefit from the surgery. But even though I make a living doing the surgery, I talk people out of it. It's a brutal surgery.
What's when they scar your throat?
That's the first surgery, but the most definitive one is to move both jaws forward. As you were saying earlier, how you can have that little thing, that little mouth guard where you move your jaw forward. That's kind of just a Band-Aid. But what we do is we move both jaws forward, which opens the posterior pharynx and makes you breathe better.
So Jay Leno has no problem sleeping then, right?
Pardon me?
Really? I'm not going to repeat that.
I've actually heard.
Thank God.
Exactly.
I've actually heard about that.
I got a
surgery.
polite 3, and he wants me to say it again.
Now, what?
Well, hold on. The jaw moving forward. So, how long is the recovery on that?
It's about a 2 or 3 week recovery.
Wow.
For you, what you do, you'd probably want to take 3 or 4 weeks off. It's a brutal surgery. I mean, we fracture your upper jaw away from the base of your skull, move it forward. We move the lower jaw forward.
So, that surgery is for extreme cases, I would assume, because the average person isn't going to go through that. That seems nuts.
They aren't.
All right.
And that wouldn't even help me because I have central apnea too. So
it would help your chin,
that's
though.
True. You're right. If you have central apnea, then you're right. It won't.
So
it won't fix it totally, but it'll make you better.
So this dumb question, the thing about this Fitbit I bought with my sleep patterns, does that mean anything?
Well, it means you're not sleeping well, Rich, and it just means that you're just not getting a full night's sleep, and you're struggling to breathe, and you're waking up gasping for air, and the sleep patterns are effective. You're not getting that deep REM sleep. And so subsequently, that's why you're not feeling well during the day, most likely.
Yeah, I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I'm always tired too, man.
I really am.
So take naps, but go get a study because your quality of life will be significantly better if you get a CPAP machine, like Jim said.
I have
what part of your schooling was it where they went over for you to tell patients to take naps? Was that just
you know what? That was actually a new study out by the American Heart Association where they were suggesting 8 hours of sleep. Were you busting my balls right now?
I don't know. I don't know if he was busting your balls.
When a doctor
fell asleep halfway through that line.
When a fucking doctor says take a nap,
right?
Okay, that's what
I take a nap every day, and the American Heart Association has proven that 8 hours.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah, I take naps.
I can't do it. I can't nap.
I can nap.
How long do you nap for, mister?
I take a nap every day for an hour.
Fascinating. Coincidentally, we've solved a lot of people's sleep problems today with this discussion.
I could talk to this guy all day.
So really? He's a fucking doctor.
So wait, Mandible, is it?
You're the smartest motherfucker in the world. Your Vice show. Where did you go to school? I mean, seriously, the advice you give is incredible.
Oh, thank you. I'm a high school dropout.
I mean, seriously, I'm not making this shit up. It's incredible.
You went to the University of Hard Knocks.
Yeah, I went to the school of weak chins and hard knocks.
I'll talk to a doctor. I find excuses to call Dr. Steve just to talk to him.
Why would you do that?
I fucking love Dr.
And
Steve.
he finds
I know,
I
but
text back and forth with him. He's a funny guy.
Wait, let me ask you that jaw surgery. They actually go in. They break your jaw?
Yeah, well, breaking it's a hard word. We fracture it, and then it's called a sagittal split, and you leave one portion of it back and move it. You slide it forward. Breaking it, we break it.
Does it make you look different?
Sir?
Does it make you look different?
Yeah, absolutely. With a weak chin, it makes it gives you that profile.
You can't fuck with that, Jimmy.
Don't like.
What if your voice is different?
Yeah, I don't know if I have enough.
We do have a guy on the line that went through the surgery, I believe. Is Anthony? Is this the same surgery that Baker's talking about?
No, I did not have that surgery. I had the adenoids and the deviated septum and everything else done. I didn't have the jaw surgery.
Oh, okay. All right, I thought you might have.
That surgery's pretty good. I mean, that surgery's a start, but it
definitely helps.
It's not definitive. No, it's not definitive.
Because Jimmy had some of that stuff done, too.
I've had the adenoids out. I've
Yeah.
had the sinuses.
Yeah.
But it's my my turbinates that keep getting swollen. And occasionally
Hey, fix that. That's an easy fix. I do that about 5 times a week, and everyone gets better with that turbinoplasty.
Right.
But what's the term? Is that? Do you mean when they shave them down?
Yeah.
They don't shave them down. They actually sedate you. What we sedate you, and we put a little electric carding needle in the turbinate while you're asleep, and it just shrinks it.
Yeah, I've had that done while I was awake.
You would think.
Yeah.
You would think.
I sedate them. I never do that awake.
Yeah.
I think that's barbaric.
No, it doesn't hurt. I mean, he shoots me up, and it doesn't hurt. I've gone in because he didn't want to shave him because he goes, once you take too much off, you can never put it back on.
Dry. That's right. You don't want to take too much because they have a purpose. They humidify the air, so they're purposeful. But you want to make them smaller. Y'all talked about Afrin. I think maybe Oak did a couple of months ago. How he was taking Afrin and how he was afraid he was going to get. Basically, what he's doing is he's shrinking his turbinate.
Sure,
He gets that rebound effect. Is it you or was it Anthony?
It's probably me because I always take it.
I do a little Afrin during allergy season.
But here's a question. A
couple days, 3 or 4 days if I need it. Then I move on from that. Yeah.
When my kids,
you stop panicking, Rich. Rich is just panicking and blathering in. Relax.
Because he loves talking to doctors.
When my kids had asthma, what was it? Nebulizer. What did they use for breathing?
Nebulizer.
A nebulizer.
Yeah, nebulizer. Wouldn't that?
That's a constellation, isn't it?
Wouldn't that help? Wouldn't that help anybody breathe when you're going to before you go to sleep?
No, I wouldn't prescribe it to everybody.
When did you decide you have problems sleeping, Rich?
When he woke up with cigarettes burning his floor?
No, when we were in Miami, he was getting a good night's sleep as the cigarette was burning in his fingers.
Yeah, I haven't smoked in 10 years, though.
Well, that was when we went to Miami together.
Yeah.
You were getting a good night's sleep that night.
Can I ask one question, Jim?
Sure.
Hey, the day before you guys came on after Anthony was punished, you did the funniest bit about Honey Boo Boo, about his uncle and using the cucumber. Does Sirius not listen to you guys?
Oh, Uncle Paul, you mean?
Yeah, Uncle Paul.
Oh, right, yeah, I forgot.
It was so funny, but it was, almost out of bounds. And do they not listen to this and say, well, that's fucking crazy? We ought to bust Jim's balls for doing something like that. I mean, I know what Anthony did was off stage or whatever, but it's kind of like, where do they draw the line?
Well, they haven't fucked with us with I didn't like what they did, Anthony.
Of course not.
We have not had content problems on the air, though.
In the end, it doesn't make sense because they never talked to us about anything we've done on the radio show.
Really?
So, yeah.
Wow.
Yep, not a once.
Anyway, hey, thanks for taking my call, guys.
Thanks for helping,
Baker.
You guys are super. I fucking love.
I appreciate the 10-minute nap. Thank you, Baker.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy.
Enjoy your weekend.
I'll tell you where they draw the line, the chalk outline around this conversation. That's where they draw it. Thank you.
We got one.
Not all good.
How about one of them be good?
Hey, how about who started this whole segment?
Yeah.
No shit. Like a fucking pansy.
Rick.
Who's that?
Rick's got a good little story here as we go to break
Rick
because
who?
we got the Wayne brothers coming in. Rick in New Hampshire. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, what a bunch of pussies. Holy Jesus.
Why is that, Rick?
I had a hole through my nose that you could put I could have put a fucking quarter through.
Whoa.
What?
Fuck you. I'm going to help your story. You don't casually say you got a hole the size of a quarter in your nose. I
How
have to
big
ask.
is your fucking nose?
Exactly.
First of all, how big is your nose and how did that happen?
Cocaine.
Coke.
Okay, you're calling us
you know
pussies.
this.
You're calling
No,
us
it's in your
pussies.
house.
Wait, whoa, you're calling us pussies. You snorted coke. Smoke it like a man, you fuck.
You snorted coke to the
Fuck that.
you snorted coke to the point you actually got a hole in your nose all the way through.
Yeah.
That's common.
All the way through.
The hole is in your
septum.
cartilage.
Wow. All right, go ahead.
Then it's been punched a few times, and I mean.
Yeah, you sound like the type of guy that would take a few fists to the face for being an asshole. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, Mike Tyson, does he have fucking sleep apnea? I doubt it.
How do you know? Who knows?
So wait, the story is you got a hole in your nose and you have to put a button in this hole?
Yeah, they put this rubber fucking button in there, and I used to sneeze, and the thing would go flying across the room.
It's a great party trick.
That was it was.
But I guess your point is you got a hole in your nose.
And you haven't done anything about it.
You got punched in the face a few times. Why try to make radio out of this?
Family.
He knows what he's doing. Go
But
ahead.
why would you call us pussies? Because we want to fix what's wrong with us.
Because this sleep apnea
I
shit.
so understand why this guy takes fist to the face.
Work hard, work physically hard, do workouts, get tired, go to sleep.
It's not about being tired, though. It's about
Sleep. Yeah.
your
Basically,
breathing pattern. It has nothing to do with being tired, sir.
You're just lucky you could get a good night's sleep. A lot of people are affected by sleep
Yeah,
apnea.
you might not have anxiety. What's your pressure? That the pallet doesn't fall off the forklift? Go fuck yourself, hole in your nose. I don't like them.
You're wrong, though. It's not about being tired.
I know.
I'm exhausted all the time. I wish that
Yeah.
was the problem.
Me too.
right.
We all did coke, but we were men. We smoked it.
I've known my wife has one of these fucking Hannibal masks, and she wore it for about a month, and that was it. She sleeps fine. I mean,
Next
I'm
to
sure
you.
she
I
does.
just don't understand it.
All right.
That's all you need to say. You don't understand it, and that's cool.
You're a man, and these guys aren't.
Yeah.
That's what you want to tell
I'm
the
not
world.
saying that.
You did. You
You
called
want
us
to say
pussies.
you want to say man up, right? Man up.
Yep.
All right.
Work hard.
All right.
Get
Go
your
back to
body
watching the
going.
border.
Thank
No,
you.
you're right. It's from lack of work. This guy really straightened it out. That's what it is. I'm lazy.
He said, go work out and get some sleep.
Yeah, I mean, that's great advice in 1940. Like, that's
I know.
old person advice.
Well,
But it's not being tired.
a lot of these things didn't exist when we were growing up.
They did. They just didn't know what they were.
They didn't know what they
it was.
were.
When
That's what I
went
mean.
to the
It wasn't
hospital with
diagnosed yet.
anxiety, they thought I was crazy when I was, 21.
You might want to go back and make sure.
That's what.
You're a little nuts. You were in a mental institute for a while?
Psych ward, 5th floor.
I heard you guys talking about it on the podcast one day, but you didn't really go into it. One day we got to talk about that. Maybe today. After
No, it'll give me anxiety.
Why?
Because it was a hard part of my life.
How long were you in?
3 hours. I was in for a week in one place. Well, I had major anxiety, but I didn't know what it was. No one knew at 21 what the fucking anxiety was. I didn't know. All of a sudden,
But you were in
I'm
a nut
having
house for a
anxiety
week.
attack. Well, first my friends took me to Florida. They go, maybe he needs a vacation. So we drove all the way to Florida.
Right.
I was on these the most killer medications back then, like Thorazine and Haldol.
Jesus.
These are fucking
The tranquilizers.
Cogentin or something.
Whatever, I know that
And I was
it's
so
evil.
fucked up. And we got to Florida, and we stayed one night. I go, I got to get out of here. And we drove all the way back home.
After one night?
Yeah, we
After
drove there.
driving all the way down there?
Drove there and drove back.
It's about, 18 hours each way?
21, yeah. In a old beat up van, and I was just in the back the whole way, medicated.
Right.
And I went into the hospital. I remember my friend Louis came to visit us in the hospital.
Louis Beans!
I was
He
watching
came to
that the
visit.
other day.
He came
I
to
got a
visit.
video of that.
And we're all standing there with our coats on because it was like winter turned spring, but it's cold. I go, I can't have any visitors. We're going for our walk. And they took us all for a walk around the block, and it was just everybody, all these nuts doing a Thorazine shuffle. It was just fucking horrible. Horrible. Now I know it's anxiety.
All right. That sounds cool as hell.
It sounds cool.
Yeah. Good people watching?
Oh, it's fucking.
That's what I'm saying,
creepy.
right?
They came.
Because you knew you weren't crazy, right?
I wasn't crazy, but
So did you check out everyone else? The real nuts?
there was a girl that I got close with.
Really?
We used to walk together. We'd do laps around the 5th floor.
Right.
Just all day, just
Would
walking.
you hold hands?
I don't know if we held hands.
Did you finger pop her?
Huh?
Did you finger pop her?
No. I just too uncomfortable.
You don't like talking about that, huh?
It just gives me anxiety.
I've been
thinking-
in a lot of nut houses.
Well, visiting people.
Oh yeah. It's cool as shit.
No, it is.
They all have a great story.
It's just.
Why they shouldn't be there because they're like an FBI agent or something, or they're working undercover. Great shit.
Oh yeah. You do hear some of that shit.
Amazing stuff.
It's sad too when you go visit someone in a nursing home. It's like that.
It's not sad.
You don't
Part of
think-
the cycle of life.
Well, you're against mental illness.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah, because you suffered on the other end from it.
I sure did.
So you know,
No, I'm not against it. I'm in a better place with all that shit. It's all right.
because
Whatever.
you're a millionaire.
Yeah, I could get other people to take care of it now. All right, we're going to take a break. Rich Voss is playing Governors
Governors this Friday, Saturday
in Levittown on Long Island. Great club.
My new CD, 141 IQ, something's going to happen with it. We're waiting to see.
Is it dropping soon?
It's ready. I don't know what I'm doing with it yet.
Why?
Because we might make a deal somewhere.
What does that mean?
Well, I'll tell you off air.
Okay.
And then the movie, August 26th on iTunes.
And you got
as of now.
And you got a couple hours with Bonnie here on this channel every
on
Tuesday night at
nights.
7 o'clock. We'll say every for now, until you guys run out of steam.
I don't think if you guys are still on, how could we not do it? You know?
True.
Jimmy,
what do you got there,
Part
buddy?
2 of my Vice show, my the Freeway Rick Ross interview, airs tonight. People are enjoying the first half. And in Cobb, San Francisco, August 7, 8, 9.
Why are you distracting Jimmy's plug with that?
That's okay. No one's looking at his dumb abs. And there's nothing worse than a shaven stomach where it's coming back a day. Exactly.
All right, you got good abs. Who cares?
You have good abs, but you have a weird fucking wide torso. It's weird.
Wide torso?
A wide torso, yeah.
Like this?
You're almost
What does
60
wide
and you still
mean?
have abs. That's pretty impressive.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive. I'll give that one to you.
got nothing on me, baby.
Who?
Jacqueline.
Who's Jack Lane?
Jack LaLanne.
Jack
Didn't say Lane.
We got some clips from that very uncomfortable podcast you did in Montreal with your wife and Bill Burr. We're going to do that after the Wayans brothers, who I believe should be on the radio after this break. So stay right there.